Hello and welcome to the first edition of Riley Friday of the month of May. Riley, your musical. Can I get a classic? What is it? NSYNC. It's gonna be May.
Man, I was hoping you'd tee me up for something that I could do the snapping with, just since that was
No, I need
maybe.
a. It's gonna be May, real bad.
It's gonna be May.
I mean, that's special. That's why you're on this program. That is why you have a dedicated episode to you. We are running a little two-man pick and roll, little Twinsky episode. Silly face. Gregory cannot join us for this one, but we've got a great action-packed episode for you. I feel like I'm introducing some game show right now or some on an action-packed episode. Who am I?
You're Carter Elliott, also known as Sad Boy Hour, Sad Boy Cart, returning for this one. This is a peek behind the curtain. We are recording late at night after the Pistons have been eliminated, and I feel like I got to start by extending my deepest basketball-related condolences to you, Cart. I very much admire how you're able to put on a brave face, put on a silly face, even some might say, to be here. And just respect to you. I think you introduced me to the phrase like y'all ever feel like you're just done with this basketball ish, so to speak. It's something I use. It's a regular part of my lexicon now whenever UNC loses, which has been a lot over the past 6 years. And yeah, so it's one of those nights where you can just let it fly, and I support you in it.
Hey, I appreciate that very much. Yeah, just once again in classic Pistons fashion in this series, we're not able to close out a game. Cade did not star down the stretch. My guy, my star. I'm sticking with him, but yeah, he let me down the stretch, and Jaylen Brunson absolutely busted our ass for 40 minutes, whatever, how 48 minutes, whatever, how long NBA game is. But that's why he's the clutch player of the year. But it hurt, man. It really hurt. Even before that, they actually got a stop on Brunson, and then Mikal Bridges gets a tip in. Like, just grab the rebound, man.
That even I think it was even the possession before that where Asar like forced the turnover, the shot clock violation, where it's like, dude, this kid's defensive instincts are just insane. The athleticism is next level. Amin and Asar both have to be 99th percentile or higher level athletes. And like I mean, our group chat, famous Scrapple group chat we reference all the time was like going crazy about Asar, and then it was just like 2 minutes later, it flips on a dime. Brunson hits it for the win. And yeah, man, just a really tough way to go out. At least you have like a bright core to build around, though. Book is on the way, so they say. Um,
Hopefully.
yeah, so you've been through a lot of pain. You deserve it. You weren't supposed. Remember back when KD his MVP speech, we weren't supposed to be here, but we are here. That's like the Pistons now. So the better days are ahead.
Yeah, I really, really, really hope so. But maybe this episode will take my mind off it just a wee bit. I also want to throw it out there just because I said a lot of stuff about Jalen Brunson like flopping, and I still don't enjoy watching him play basketball, to be honest with you. But that was so nasty. That was so nasty and so cold-blooded. Uh, but yeah, his braids are trash. Moving forward, we're gonna go ahead and get to the YouTube comment of the day. A lot of negative comments, so I was kind of scrolling through here trying to see what I could find here. I got a little version of myself here. So, Aaden Lewis, Riley, obviously you're a UNC fan, so I feel like this is kind of a fun scenario to bring up here. You have Kine Evans in the fold, obviously as your point guard. Is Derek Dixon gonna be backup point guard?
Yeah, I think that's at least as of right now, like that's probably what he profiles as. Like he'll get the first shot at the backup point guard minutes.
Are you sad that you didn't get a Caden? Like,
Yeah.
try to spin the block on him?
Yeah, I would have loved to bring him in. I feel like UNC would have been a perfect situation for him where there's not like the pressure to be the guy in the backcourt right away because you do have Evans who's played in some big moments. You have the friendship with Caleb Wilson. Seems like a bridge there was burned though, like during his recruitment. I know his dad has tweeted some negative UNC stuff. And like this isn't even attacking his dad. Like I've tweeted negative UNC stuff. So don't take this as like saltiness on my part because I'm still a fan of Caden. I'm not necessarily sold on him as like a one and done kind of guy. I could see him more as like a 2 year guy. And I think I don't know some of like the what I always go back to with why I'm not quite there with him as a one and done guy is just some of the inefficiency stuff that he showed at EYBL. Like I think he was sub 40% from the field. And I think some of the passing flashes are sick.
Mm.
But I don't know. Sometimes I still have questions about like his feel, maybe like how
Like if he, I think he does point guardy things, but I don't look at him and be like, oh yeah, point guard.
that's a good way to put it. Yeah, and I think he can develop into that, but right now I would still say there are times where he gets a little bit more tunnel vision than I'd expect out of like a true point guard, even if he can do point guardy things. But
Yeah.
yeah, still a big fan of his. But what are you going to read something from that video?
No, I was just gonna because the comment was surrounding Caden Lewis picking Kevin Willard, which I go both ways on. And actually, shout out to G who kind of brought this up. But like, I'm as anti Kevin Willard as anti Kevin Willard can get. But he does have successful point guards.
Yes,
Like
that's true.
Gillespie was really good. Before that, Jameer Young was good. At Seton Hall, he always had good guards, good point guards. The dude does have that. It's just, like your Villanova backcourt. Maybe it's Bryce Lindsey, but it could be Devin Askew and a Caden Lewis.
Ugh, gosh, I hope it's not Devin Askew. You could put Tyler Perkins in there above Askew or Lindsey, in my opinion.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see
Thought
how kind of
Perkins.
how that plays out.
Yeah, I guess I don't know. Like Lindsey put up numbers. Let me rephrase that. He didn't put up like stupid numbers at James Madison where you're like, "Oh, for sure this dude is going to be an absolute bucket." Like I think Tyler this is going to sound crazy, but Tyler Perkins impressed me in moments last year for
Dude
Villanova.
averaged 6, man. Truly averaged 6. Oh, Riley.
He only averaged 6 points per game.
He averaged 6 points a game, yes.
That sounds about right, actually. But he hit some big shots.
Yeah, I've been there. I know what you're doing. It makes complete sense to me. Shout out to the YouTube community. Everyone in the YouTube comments, be nice to people, man. Just say something nice in there. Mix in some good stuff. A lot of negativity going on in there. We don't like that.
People love to chime in with their first, like, "Oh, you didn't pronounce this name right. You said he's a junior when he's a sophomore." Like, look, man, there's 363 teams and we cover them all. When people think sleepers, they think from the bluest of the blue bloods to teams sub 300 low majors. We are grinding tape of those teams in the trenches with it. It's a lot to prep. Sometimes we make some mistakes.
Yeah, it is what it is. And also, like, I'm a walking mistake. I've been told that before and I embrace it. So it is what it is. Let's get to the Discord. Join the Discord. Discord, part of being a part of the Discord, so you get your comments read every single day. But outside of that, a great community. We got a little bit of everything in there. We have team specific channels. We have live game discussions. It was going up tonight about Cade versus Brunson. Um, I don't care what anyone says, Cade Cunningham guy. So y'all can rock with Brunson if you want. I I I commend you on that, but it ain't gonna be me. And it's also a great way to support the channel. Like it's one of the best ways to support the channel. So please join the Discord. 9.99 a month. The link is in the description of our Twitter. Go check that out. Go join up. Give it a go. We have good retention. I feel like shout out to Brad Underwood, the retention. Once you get in there, I feel like you'll find a way to stick around there. It's a really good community. And like I said, you get your comments read every single day in there. So let me make sure I get to the right spot here. Let's see. Gotta make sure we get our bluffs comments in here. Can't miss out on those. That'd be tragic. Let's see. Happy Riley Friday. Okay, we'll keep going on there. Okay, I think I am at the right spot now. Okay, clear head of the lineup, fan. Could you guys do an NFL franchise comparison for Big Ten teams, at least for the ones we care about? I feel like Indiana is the Bears because they are eight-time defending offseason champions. Could see MSU as the Patriots, Purdue as the Chiefs. Interested to hear your takes. You have any Big Ten football franchise takes?
Those are really good. Man, I don't want to put Purdue as the Chiefs just because the Chiefs have won like multiple titles in the past
Yeah,
half
and no
decade.
one in the Big Ten wins titles. They win Big Ten titles, so I guess they could be the Chiefs of the Big Ten.
I think like Indiana right now is the Cowboys. Once great franchise that's just been like mired in a rut for a decade plus now. Who's a team that always gets there but can never get over the edge? I think almost like Purdue. is like the Colts when they had Peyton Manning. I know they got them. I know they got one Super Bowl, but it always felt like they were one game short. I'm trying to think. There's not, like maybe you could say like the Purdue might be the Bills right now. Like Edie would is akin to Josh Allen, where
Yeah.
he can get you like to almost the very mountaintop, but it's just like he just falls short a little bit.
I feel like I got a fire MSU comp, and it sounds great in my head, and I need you to shoot me down or not. They're the Steelers.
That checks out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're just
consistent.
consistent. They're there. They're
Hmm.
but like they're not always great, but they're there.
Hmm.
That's who's
I'm
your
trying.
recruit?
I got a good one for my team for the Bucks. The Bucks are Michigan because the Bucks have two Super Bowls. Michigan has been to two title games in the past 10 years, but they also went 8-24, just like the Bucks are liable to go like just sprinkle in like a 3-13 season just for funsies here and there.
Yeah, for fun this year. Yeah, G's also not gonna like that if he listens to that comparing the Bucks to Michigan. But we'll move on here.
The Bucks have been elite over the past 5 years, so G should take that as a compliment.
Hey, hold that E word close to your chest. You're just
Okay,
throwing it out there like it's nothing.
they have been very good though.
Okay, I'll take very good. Relax. I'm Maynard. Happy Rally Fridays. The ACC will be dropping two conference games moving forward. Are we making way for the ACC Big East Challenge or get a return of the Big Four?
What's the Big Four? What am I missing?
I have no clue what the Big Four is.
Big Four, return of the Big Four.
I don't know what that is, but I would love the ACC
Maybe.
Big East
Oh,
Challenge
I
to come
think the
back.
Big Four. The big was the Big Four. They're you. This is like an old head ACC thing. With I think the Big Four was like UNC, NC State, Wake, and Duke that played something.
Oh, I didn't even know about that.
Hold on, I'm about to look this up. I might have just made that up.
I'm Mainers out here pulling a deep cut.
The Big Four tournament was an annual. Dang. Okay, I feel vindicated. I didn't know what this was. Big Four tournament was an annual college basketball tournament played from 1971 to 1981 in Greensboro.
That's a deep cut. Shout out to I'm Mainer on that one. Also, I feel like you aged yourself with that comment. I would love to see the ACC Big East Challenge. I'm all pro challenges with conferences. Good
Um,
conferences.
for sure.
They always make great games. Tingus Pingus. Shout out to Ian Shefflin. It's way easier for him to make an NFL roster because the team is going to take a chance on a 6'8" tight end who could presumably just be a blocking tight end, 6'0" lineman. Who in college basketball would be the most productive if they switched to college football?
This past season,
Jalen Haynes, the George Mason guy. I think he's at Cincy now.
I'm unfamiliar with this game. Not even gonna try to lie.
He's just a big boy.
Let's see. Is there any who's like a
I feel like Kylan Boswell would be a really good like linebacker or something.
yeah, I could see that. That's a good shout. KJ Adams, he's always struck me as like has a future on the gridiron more so than the hardwood.
Yeah,
Keba Keita, he strikes me as someone who could play tight end as well.
respect
Red
that.
zone target. Valdez could probably be a good football player.
Be a good wide receiver.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep, I can see that. Let's see here. We have Malik Perry. Sleeve makes a good point. Okay, no. Part of the comments is we do not have discussions in the comments. It's only comments. Come on, people, lock in. Malik Perry, though, I don't care at this point if we add more guys or not. I'm ready for our roster to be set. I like the guys we got and look forward to them playing. Way to be positive, Malik. I appreciate that. Once again, happy Riley Davis or happy Riley Davis Friday. I know you guys like betting. Are you also betting on the next Pope? I am not betting on the next Pope, but Riley, since we have you here, I know you're not betting on it. Do you have a Pope favorite?
I don't. I have not been locked into the race for the
What?
Vatican. I'm Protestant, dude. I respect Catholicism. I respect the Pope, but it's not really my MO.
Oh, I thought like you and the Pope were locked in. That's on me. That's really on me. I need to see. That's I've been out of Catholic school too long. Malik Perry, is MSU in a worse, same, or better offseason compared to last year? Walker, Hall, AJ, and Sissoko. This year, Jace, Akins, Holloman, Fiddler, and Big Goof.
I mean, it's tough to say they're in a worse spot just because I think the vibes are high after last season and the Elite Eight run and having such a good regular season as well. Team wise, I don't know. Like what Malik is saying, so there's the duality of man here, really the duality of fandom, where it's like I'm good with my roster, I'm ready to be locked in. On one end, I'm like, it must be nice having a coach you trust, where you know you have someone at the helm year in year out who's going to get the most out of the roster. Cannot relate. Conversely, I think you should all like. I don't want to be done with my team's roster in May 1st, May 2nd. Like, what am I going to do the rest of the summer? What am I going to do with no rumors to follow without getting my hopes up just to inevitably be let down when Julius Halifanoa goes to Georgetown? Like that's no fun. Where are you at with it, Cart? Like Trey Fort, Caleb Glenn, are those needle movers for you? Do you want to see an international guy?
I think I think MSU's in a worse spot than they were. Just because like we lost Walker Hall, AJ Sissoko, and say what you want about the players that we lost, but we were able to keep Akins. We got Jason recruiting. We had Holloman. We had like a lot coming back, right? This
Mhm.
year we have a good amount coming back, but we lose a first round NBA draft pick. We lose our second leading scorer, our third leading scorer. We're and two two other guys. I'm not even saying anything about the other guys, but like I don't know. I just feel like it's looking like it's gonna be worse once it actually gets going. But Malik, once again, any weekend plans? Does Theo have a haircut yet?
Theo still does not have a haircut. His hair is really long. It's also very curly. So it gets super curly. It gets like curlier than normal during the spring and summer when it's like warmer out, more humid weather. Weekend plans going to a wedding on Sunday. Oh, this would be a good time to pick your brain, Carter. It's a Sunday afternoon wedding at 4 p.m.
Mm.
The bride and groom strike me as like a casual wear couple. Like I would truly think if there was no specific instructions, I could pull up wearing like a knitted polo and some Lulu ABC pants, maybe spice it up a little bit, get a little bit fancier, but it says formal wear. Which I think of like suit, but at the same time, like a Sunday afternoon wedding in a suit to me doesn't quite feel right, but I'll probably play it on the safe side and just go with suit.
Yeah, so I'm a safe side guy at weddings. I know G's the opposite. Like G would pull up in that knitted polo, and honestly, you'd probably be fine. But I always play it safe, and I just suit up. Sunday wedding at 4 p.m., huh?
Hmm.
Okay, is that like a religious purposes reason, just personal choice? Do you know that?
To my understanding, I mean they are Christians and everything, but I think it's more so like venue availability.
Got you. I know exactly. Hey, gotta get in where you fit in. It really don't matter. But yeah, I'm gonna need flicks of whatever y'all are wearing. That's all I need. That's all I really care about. Let's see here. Malik Perry. If foreign players get paid NIL, does that mean that they get tariffs since it's a foreign product and not American made? Plus expansion teams of colleges and universities. More on this later. End of flurry. Malik, you're one of a kind. Also, isn't there something though that can they get NIL like on a work visa or like how's that? Do you know about that?
Something changed in the past year because you know like
Because like
Yeager,
Sheboy was like not able to get anything really
right?
outside like going back to his home country and doing like basketball camps.
Yeah, or like he would have to be. Didn't they did some international tour, I think one of those summers to like help him make his NIL money. Like his second year at Kentucky, I'm pretty sure. But that
Yeah.
changed. I think that changed a year ago. Just when you look at guys like Yeager and Kasparis, like those dudes are coming. I think a huge draw for that, like, is the money. You know, that's kind of that seems to be the case is that most of these dudes are coming over because they can make more playing for college than they can in whichever European league they're playing in.
Yeah. End of flurry. Shout to Malik Perry. Fam 33, always tough to follow the GOAT, but I'll give it a shot. Today we're talking accessories. I was talking to my guy Coy yesterday, and he said he doesn't wear watches, owns sunglasses, and has what looks like a $2 wallet. I couldn't be more opposite. My all-metal Shinola watch featured with Brunello Cucanelli, I don't know, Cucanelli sunglasses are a key part to any warm weather season. Wallet changes by the year. Wallet changes by the year is crazy. Are you guys big accessory guys? Anything that you rock with pride, or could you somewhat care less about the topic?
Great question. For me, I mean, I wear my Garmin watch every day. I know that's not exactly a fun accessory, but I do love it. I feel like I need to upgrade my sunglasses game a little bit. I've had some Ray-Ban Wayfarers since college that I still wear regularly. I know they're timeless, but I have thought about maybe mixing it up with some Club Masters, maybe some Maui Jims. I don't know. And then y'all know I've mentioned it before, but I wear my chain from time to time.
Got to throw that on every once in a while. As far as being an accessory guy, I was an avid Apple Watch wearer at all times. But when I got my Aura ring, I just took off the Apple Watch. But I do miss my Apple Watch at times. I have like a nicer watch, a nice Shinola watch, but I wear that like weddings and special events. I really don't really throw that on too much. I guess I'm really not that big of an accessory guy. Like I'll get a new wallet every once in a while, but I don't go like crazy. It's not like designer or anything like that. I just get a nice solid wallet. I got a nice pair of sunglasses from Zenni Optical, nothing too crazy. So I like my accessories, but I don't like splurging on accessories. Like I'm not trying to buy an expensive watch. My Shinola watch was actually a wedding day gift from the wife. So shout out to her on that one. It's super nice. But outside of that, I'm not a big accessory guy, I don't think. All hail the Pope. Is there more of a chance of Kentucky isn't a top 10 team or they are a top 4 team?
Dude, I honestly think it's a greater chance they're not a top 10 team. Like I like their individual pieces, but a lot of them are risky.
Yeah, I just don't think they're a top 4 team with the rest of the country. So I think it's more of a chance that they aren't. I'll take the other option just by having those two options. Yeah, they're just not a top 14. They're good, but they're just not a top 14. Not everyone can do that. Let's see here. Scrolling down. All hail the Pope. Can I get a Calipari era player draft just starting five?
John Wall, DeMarcus Cousins, De'Aaron Fox.
Who we playing? You got to put AD.
Yeah, I just really want, but I wanted to make sure Boogie got on.
I think we go front court Boogie
Bo
AD.
Boogie AD, backcourt De'Aaron and John Wall, and we could just put Shea at the three. But Shea, I feel like Shea wasn't even that good at
You could go
Kentucky.
Book.
Book feels like the better fit there,
Did
and
we leave
Book,
out John Wall though?
huh?
Did we
No, I
leave
said
out John Wall?
I said John Wall the one, or John Wall and Fox in the backcourt.
So John Wall, Fox.
Hmm.
Who's at the three?
I would say we could either run three guards and put SGA out there, or put Book there.
I love Malik Monk when he was at Kentucky.
Maybe we should put Monk there. Yeah, this is our lineup, so let's put Monk at the three.
Let's go Wall, Fox, Monk, AD, DeMarcus Cousins. That team wins a title, by the way.
That team is sick.
I want to make it very, very clear. St. John's is the team to replace UCLA in the CBS Classic. So Patino versus Pope this year. 1 out of 10. How great will that game be?
7, 8.
Yeah, it's at minimum 8. It's gonna be a great game. Oscar Club fan club.
Hold on, hold on,
Oh,
hold on.
go ahead.
A 10, Diebler versus Hubert. That's
Okay, you know what? Honestly though, kind of right. Ohio State's always really special in that in that
dude.
tournament. I feel like.
Ohio State has had some moments in the CBS Classic over the years.
You being a diva guy is gonna shake me. I'm not gonna lie. Um, let's see here. Oscar Club fan club. I'm tired of watching Jaylen Brunson. Dude is a small, unathletic guard that can't guard a paper bag, take to a mailbox. His head bobbing is impossible to watch for a full game, and the amount of straight up flopping, not only on offense but on defense, insane. Thoughts? Jalen Brunson is just cold. I'm just gonna throw it there, and he owns me. So. I have nothing to say about it. He owns me. It is what it is. Clear-headed Illini fan. Happy Rally Fridays. Is Sleepers a pro hazing podcast? No, not pro hazing.
Yes. Shout out to Kaisai at UNC.
You're pro hazing?
Always been.
That's crazy. I be all right. I'll let it be known right now, Riley. I join your frat. You try to haze me, I'm spitting on you. I'm spitting on you.
You probably would have an easy pledgeship due to your combination of size and athletic traits.
Okay, not everyone can be Sims McElfresh, but I'll do what I can. Uh, a comment from Riz. Happy Riley Friday. Where does USC Legacy Dads rank with its trio of LeBron, Master P, and Evan Mobley's dad?
I also want to add Gilbert Arenas to this question too. When
Yeah,
y'all were talking about like which teams, if you put the famous dads together, makes the best squad, I was like, how did no one mention USC with LeBron, Master P? Didn't Master P like played for the Hornets for a minute,
yeah,
right?
he did.
Okay. And I just assume Evan Mobley's dad would be tough since like he had both Evan and Isaiah. Like you have two
Oh,
sons in the NBA, you got to be at least somewhat good, and then throw Gilbert on their little 4-on-4. I don't know who the fifth is, but
that team's nasty.
that team would
Team,
be
that team's
good.
definitely good. Who would do? Would UNC have a team?
Let's see. Who would UNC's would be Kenny Smith. His son KJ was a
Oh
walk.
yeah, Kenny Smith.
Uh, honestly, is Hubert on it? Like Hubert's son is a walk on the team.
Oh, Huber's son was Huber's probably on there.
Hubert, like MJ's son didn't play there. I'm trying to think of like other. Forget anybody?
MJ's son not playing for North Carolina is wild, by the way.
I know he played it. He played at UCF.
Yeah,
So,
but he had two. One played at Illinois.
oh yeah, I forgot about that. What was the one who played at Illinois' name?
Jeffrey, maybe
That sounds right.
something like that. But that, yeah, just kind of crazy. No, but that USC team would be nasty. I must say. Oscar Club Fan Club, Happy Riley Friday. This question is for Riley. Assuming you're surrounded by Hornet circles, do you think the overall fan base wants to trade LaMelo?
Yeah, that assumption I would say is largely it's a right process, wrong result. One would think that living in North Carolina, there'd be a lot of Hornets fans. That the issue is there just aren't Hornets fans. Like people don't care about the Hornets for the most. If you actually care about the Hornets, you're like kind of a psycho. I would say I probably like know 3 to 5 people who like really care, and I think most of them are out on LaMelo.
Yeah, I feel LaMelo's just such. He plays such a dickhead style of ball. It's crazy. Like, I think I was watching Club 520 and Jeff Teague said it's like he has played that same way his whole life, and he's so talented and skilled, but it's just like it's not going to win anything. It truly is not. It's like it's too much, man. Truly.
His
Uh,
tattoos suck too.
you said what?
His tattoos suck.
They're wild.
They're all just like not of this earth, rare one, like
Rare.
10 times. I'm like, dude, give me some originality.
Come on, man. Pikel, please, let's have a good Riley Friday, guys. You won the lottery and can handpick a roster of any player that's set to play college basketball next year. The only catch is that your ego's gotten out of control and you want to play 30 minutes a game on the team. What players and coach do you pick to try to still win the title, and do you win it? If 30 minutes is too much to overcome, how many guys do you think you could play? So
Well,
you won the lottery. You can handpick a roster of any player that's set to play college basketball. Hmm.
but what's the catch about 30 minutes?
Yeah, I don't really get the catch there. Something about the catch is supposed to be
All these dudes can only play 30 minutes a game,
the only catch is that your ego's gotten out of control and you want to play 30 minutes a game per game on the team. So does that mean like you gotta pick five like you gotta make sure guys can play 30 minutes?
or maybe you can only like you can't play. I'm confused.
You know what, Pikel, please, I love you, brother, but you're gonna have to we're gonna have to run that back next week because I really don't get that question. So I'm just gonna skip it. Oscar Clough fan club. He made a comment about the Halliburton dad video. I didn't watch that, so I can't answer for that. That'd be G and Dion who were on that video. They can speak on that. But I guess Riley, I'll ask you, what do you think about the Halliburton dad situation?
Yeah, I don't like it. I get it's cool to protect your son and everything, but at the same time, it's the Bucks Pacers. I'm not gonna spoil too much of this because I have a Bucks related segment later today.
Mm.
But it's like Giannis and a bunch. It's like basically Giannis and Discord members hooping and Halliburton.
Respect Gary Trent, please.
Okay, Gary Trent was nice in that one, but uh, still had his poor moments. But Halliburton to me, the ire that a lot of people feel for Jaylen Brunson is kind of how I feel about Tyrese Halliburton. I feel like he gets really cheap assists, like he just kind of pounds the air out of the ball and then makes a pass at the last second. And I generally don't subscribe to like the boomer, like, oh, everything's a travel in the NBA. Halliburton for real takes like 5 steps anytime he shoots a step back. Like I don't enjoy watching him hoop.
Yeah, if I was Giannis, I would have smacked the taste out of Halliburton's pops. That straight up, right in his bald head. I'm not with that whatsoever. Um, Coy, why isn't USC trying to throw a bag at Dame Sar?
UNC,
Yeah,
they are.
are they?
I know, yeah, UNC is like in on Dame Sar. I don't know if they're going to get him, but I think they're at least going after him.
All right, the bag is there. Just snacky. Did you guys see the Trey Taylor commitment? If so, thoughts? Did you see that?
Oh yeah, that Illinois quarterback.
Yeah, he put the Illinois hat on, wore it for like
Yeah.
10 seconds, and took it off and tossed it and committed to Nebraska.
To commit to Nebraska, that's just like nasty work to do that to when you're going to play for Matt Rule.
Yeah, also like it just wasn't swaggy or cool.
No.
So and then he came out with a video apologizing about it, and like that even ruined it more for me. So yeah, I'm out on that. It was cringe to me. Buckets 12, aka Greg. Is it time to give up on Cade Cunningham? Hashtag trade Cunningham. Hashtag afraid Cunningham. Hashtag Cade Cunning buns.
Is this sometimes when G talks about his own teams, I never know what's a bit versus what's
No,
serious.
I think he actually hates Cade.
Really?
Yeah, he was a Cade skeptic coming in, and I think he kind of became a believer. And then Cade in this series was just bad down the stretch.
You know, one of my first memories of Greg, this was the summer of 2021, after the inception of our Scrapple group chat, right when I got connected to y'all. Greg sent a video of y'all at a wedding, and he's literally wearing a suit, like a dress
Yeah,
shirt, unbuttoned with a Cade Cunningham Oklahoma State jersey underneath it. Gee, don't give up. Like, go back to your roots. You were a day one supporter of this guy. You literally wore his jersey under a dress shirt to a wedding. I don't want to hear it, man. He's
yeah.
good.
We're good, man. He'll learn from it. He'll get better from it. If he doesn't, then we panic. But I'll give him one more playoff series to show me what he's about. But this one could have been better for sure. Sleeve Nash, shout out to Ryan the Lion. Just graduated college. Congrats and good luck. Shout out to Ryan the Lion, a Michigan State alum officially. And I also think that he got into grad school at Michigan State as well. So he'll get his master's there. So shout out to Ryan the Lion, value Discord member.
Big
Uh,
ups.
let's see. Last one today. War Chant. Have you ordered your Bradamere shirt? Did you see that? They made the shirts with Brad Underwood like in the hat and whatever European country he's in.
Fantastic.
The shirt's kind of fire. I need to get one. Also, it's hilarious that it's listed as Illinois basketball Bradamere t-shirt. That's a wild concept. But hey, shout out to I think that's a game day spirit. I've gotten t-shirts from there before. They're really good people. Shout out to them. That does it for the Discord comments today. I appreciate everybody in the Discord. Riley, before I get to our sponsors, can I get a quick word from you?
Absolutely. Let me pull this up. This today's reading comes from Psalm 19, verses 8 through 9. It says, "The precepts of the Lord are right, making the heart glad. The command of the Lord is radiant, making the eyes light up. The fear of the Lord is pure, enduring forever. The ordinances of the Lord are reliable and altogether righteous." Just know, sleepers out there, where you listen, that God wants what's best for you, that his words truly do lead to joy. They lead to lasting happiness, and that's not meant as like material gain or self-seeking purposes. But actually, I would say a greater call just in terms of living in relationship with him. So remember that this weekend, sleepers, you've been awakened.
Wait, thank you so much, sir. I missed the good word. I truly did. You know what else I miss? The good folks over at Underdog. Can I get a bark out of you, Riley? Ah, see, that's an elite bark. Good on you. And I'm gonna go ahead and join you. Shout out to our good folks over at Underdog. Underdog Fantasy is a sponsor of this episode. Really fun thing to do. And look, the playoffs are going on right now. The getting down to the nitty gritty, finding out who the fake teams are, finding out who the good teams are. On top of being able to take advantage of the instant deposit bonus, right? So use promo code SLEEPERS to get an instant deposit bonus plus a free pick when you join Underdog Fantasy. You join that. Also, it supports Sleepers. So it's win-win for you. And Underdog Fantasy is really fun. But they got some great offers right now. They have an extender program where you start with game one of the NBA playoff. You boost your profit 40% by using a game one token. You use your game one token to unlock the token for game two. As you go on, the percentages keep going up from 40%, 50%, 60%, all the way to game seven, where you could have 100% profit boost on that game. Take advantage of that offer, starting with the playoffs, but you have to start game one. So join Underdog today. Promo code SLEEPERS, get that instant deposit bonus, and start with game one of the extender program, and hopefully take advantage of those profit boosts as you move along through the playoffs. Let's get to the show. Topic number one, Riley.
So, topic number one, just to give a little overview of this, we are going to be making three different lineups for our three topics. This first one, we will be doing the up transfer all-stars. I want to look at the sport as a whole and make the best starting five that we can with up transfers. Maybe we'll have a couple honorable mentions, a couple guys coming off the bench as well.
Okay, so starting five of up transfers.
Yes. And for this, to clarify, I'm looking for like true mid-major guys going up. So I honestly rule out Mountain West. On my initial list, I think I only have one guy from the A10. But yeah, I'm thinking more so guys who are like truly going from a mid-major school to a power conference. So like honestly, I'm putting that partially on there just because like Donovan Dent's too good to be eligible for this, in my opinion.
Okay, gotcha,
Um,
got you.
so
Okay, can we make some exceptions though? Like what like if we want to pick like a Kyan Evans, would that be in the realm or should we do it like a player by player basis?
we can have some exceptions, yeah, for sure.
Okay, do you want to draft this or you want to go me versus you?
I would say I'm saying let's do it collaboratively.
I will always collaborate with you in anything you want to collaborate on, Riley. Let's get to it. Do you have any non-negotiables on this list?
Oscar Clough, I think, is by far and away like the only mid-major to power conference big man that I'm like a believer in.
Okay, yeah, I think so. I think Oscar Clutch should be our one. There's another non-negotiable. I think Lamar Wilkerson should start on this team.
I have Lamar Wilkerson on my initial list as well.
Okay, should we so let's pencil him at the two for now, but maybe we'll move to somewhere else depending on who else we have here. Are there any other kind of like need to have those people on our list?
Sturts, I think Bennett Sturts has to be the point guard. Maybe I shouldn't say have to, but I would say he definitely is like the favorite.
Yeah, I know. I think that's probably our point guard, to be honest with you. Okay. All right. I got a question for you. I need to know if this qualifies. What about the American Conference players?
So like PJ Haggerty.
Or Yaxel?
Nah, both are too good.
Both too good. Okay. I
Yeah.
had to see if I could get there. Had to see if I could get there. Um, I'm trying to go through and see if there's anybody else. Okay, let's go Sturts. So we have Sturts right now, Lamar Wilkerson, Oscar Clough.
Hmm.
I feel good about that. Let's keep on moving through here and see who else we can find. I just want to miss anybody. Let's see what we got here.
Adrian Woolley.
Ooh, I like that.
I think Woolley like legitimately has a chance to be the next Walter Clayton. I'm just a little bit scared off to say like he's for sure on here because of his role, like with Michael Brown, and with Ryan Conwell coming in, it's like a really crowded and Isaac McNeely. That's a really crowded backcourt.
Yeah, okay.
But he
Actually,
might just be the best of the group.
so I like that pick. I think let's have Sturts, um, Sturts, Wilkerson, Woolley. Let's have those guys. Oscar Clough at the five. Can I get selfish for my pick at the four?
Oh, I hope you go where I think you're going,
Where do you think I'm going?
Blake Harper.
Oh, I forgot about Blake. Wait, no. Okay, hold on. We might have to kick one of the guards out. Oh no. I was gonna say Elijah Freeman.
I had
Blake
a feel.
Blake Harper's better though. Let's go Blake Harper.
I think Blake Harper's better as well. Do we want to move Wilkerson to the bench or not Wilkerson? Do we want to move Woolley to the bench in honor of Elijah Freeman?
No, we should probably just keep Elijah Freeman on the bench, honestly. If we're a serious operation, that's probably how we do it, right?
Probably. What
All right.
about the RMU kid going to Iowa?
He's gonna be good too. He was in consideration. I
What
was
do you?
actually gonna put some like I was gonna put like Xavier Lee.
Yeah, Xavier Lee was another name I had too. Honestly, we could just make this like since this is our list, Bennett Sturcher coming off the bench. There's no nepotism on this team.
I
Xavier
like that. I like
is fine.
that. Dad ain't coaching his team. Go to the bench. I like that. Okay, so our starting lineup will be. So are we sending Serge to the bench?
Yeah, Sturz is going to the bench.
Okay, so starting lineup: Xavier Lee, Lamar Wilkerson, Adrian Woolley, Blake Harper, Oscar Clough.
Love it.
How far does that team go?
They feel like a pesky 11 seed.
Pesky 11 seed.
Am I tripping? Or are they
Oh,
better
that's
than
that,
that?
that's a Final Four team. Stop it.
Okay, let's. I'm just, like, what are the odds that all five of them hit though? Like, I really think they all. I love so aside like Wooly. It's if he gets the opportunity, I think he's going to be great. Like he's going in a guard-friendly system that loves to get up and down, that loves to take a bunch of threes, plays right into his strengths, and I think he's a really good passer too. To where, I mean, maybe he's just better than Michael Brown out the gate and gets the keys in the Chucky Hepburn role. He's the one that feels like the biggest risk to me. Like all four others, Lee, Wilkerson, Harper, Clough, I love the fit with the systems that they're going into, and I love that they all have proven guys around them. Like guys who are going like Braden Smith will make Oscar Clough better.
Mhm.
Xavier Lee is stepping into a role that's we saw like a Mac transfer succeeded, and he has Thomas Hauck, Alex Kahn, and Ruben Chinyelu holding it down in his front court. Harper's going to an offensive mastermind with of a coach, and he has really good front court players around him. But if you take them all out of that situation and throw them together, that's where I get I'm a little bit hesitant of saying like, oh yeah, these guys are for sure going to the Final Four.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Some other options that could have made our teams, throw it out there before we move on to the next topic. Uh, Peterson, the kid going to Washington, didn't he come from East Tennessee State?
Yes, I actually have not watched him. I'm unfamiliar with his game, but I'll take
Yeah,
your word
I was
for it.
unfamiliar until I was going to slander Eli, and then I was like, "Whoa, this kid's actually kind of nasty." So that's definitely one I'd throw in there. And a personal favorite of mine that could also be Nick Timberlake, but I don't care. I'm just gonna tap in. He's got a OVO EXO tat, so like I'm intrigued.
I know
Uh,
exactly what you're going with.
Gabriel Pozazzo, I think is his name. That's going from Evansville to
Uh-huh.
Xavier. Yeah,
Yes, yes. I love that you love that guy. We are going to be in lockstep with him. Um, I think
I might be a Xavier guy this year.
Sturts and Fulgeras, the Robert Morris kid, I think are the probably the two first off the bench. But yeah, those other names. I mean, I would consider like Xavier Brown. I think is nasty. I just hate that he's going to Oklahoma.
Hmm.
Tate and Connerway, another Indiana shout for this one. Like I think the he's probably just like a 10 15 minute guy role at Indiana, but I just think he's like a dog and will be a fan favorite. Um, who else did I? Oh, my sleeper. This is my personal bias. Jakari White from North Dakota State.
On to Virginia?
Because this isn't your father's Virginia card. Tony Bennett is
Oh,
gone. Ron Sanchez
I
is
can't believe
gone.
I'm getting hit with a not your father's Virginia. That's crazy.
Have you watched Jakari Wright? He's cold.
Yeah, he's cold. I remember I know he's cold because I remember trying to live bet them against Butler. He just kept
He
busting
hit
their
seven
ass.
threes. Yeah. And I just think like Odom has a pretty good track record of guards when you look at Max Shulga this past year, when you have Stephen Ashworth when he was at Utah State, you can throw it way back to the UMBC team that had what are those dudes' names? Jairus Lyles and
Yep.
the KJ Mara, is that his name? Little short Puerto Rican point guard? Something Mara. I thought
Yeah,
it was yeah, yeah. So maybe Odom gets the most out of him and like that dude like he's got a bag and he's a sniper to where I don't know. I'm kind of in on him transferring up. Some elite transfers have had like a pretty good track record too.
yeah, except Frankie Fiddler. But yeah, that was a fun exercise. I'm gonna have to go ahead and punch that in the Evan Mia's lineup thing and see what that turns out as. But that was fun. I like that one. Topic number two, Riley.
All right, second lineup we will be drafting. I'm calling this segment the AJ Green candidates. And I'm not talking the good AJ Green. I'm not talking the AJ Green who put up multiple thousand-yard seasons with the Bengals for like darn near a decade plus. I'm talking about AJ Green on the Bucks cart. So this what inspired this segment. I'm just like, this happened Bucks Pacers series, watching the supporting cast around Giannis, and I'm like, I didn't realize half these dudes were in the league, much less playing legit playoff minutes. There seems like I love the NBA playoffs. I don't follow the NBA super closely during the regular season. I catch a game here or there. I'm a LeBron guy, so I was tapped into LeBron and Luca, and unfortunately watched them flame out in just
Mm.
very disappointing fashion. But like seeing some of these guys who are getting playoff rotation minutes, I'm like, dude, really, it feels like anybody in college hoops might be a playoff contributor one day. Here are some names for you. Um, Drew Smith, Drew Smith, who played
From
at
Missouri.
Mizzou. He got in the game for the Heat this year. Naquan Tomlin got in for the Cavs that same series. It was like garbage time, but like the fact that these dudes were on active NBA rosters was a surprise to me. Quentin Post is still playing legit playoff minutes for the Warriors, which like I know we're both Quentin Post guys. I don't know if I'm a Quentin Post playoff minute guy. I already mentioned AJ Green from Milwaukee, who the segment's named after. They were also playing Jericho Sims and Kevin Porter Jr. big minutes. I feel like I had this list, but I feel like I'm still leaving some out. Have there been any other guys that have surprised you that's like, I had no idea this dude was in the league or why is he in the game right
I mean,
now?
there's a couple guys in that Houston and Warriors. Like there was Braxton Key was out there, the former Alabama player, was out there. Pat
Pat
Spencer.
Spencer, yeah.
Uh, I don't know if Trace Jackson Davis is too good for that, but he was out there. Kevin Knox was
God,
out there. Like,
Max Gui Santos, I don't even know where like I don't even think he might be Brazilian or something.
yeah, he
Probably
is. Yeah.
okay.
So there's a couple out there.
So I want to I want to call our shot and find like just for I guess it's technically like five under the radar NBA prospects, but more, I want even one step further to like five guys who like 3 years from now, if they're randomly playing a playoff game, it's like, yeah, this is breaking my brain a little bit, but I guess it kind of makes sense.
Okay, that's all right. That's all right. That's kind of fun because you gotta. I feel like how like do you gotta like pick guys here that because like we're gonna get super random. I was gonna throw like Fletcher Lawyer finds his way on the floor for the Hornets.
That would check out. I'm thinking more so guys who are like draft eligible this year.
Draft eligible this year.
So like one guy who I feel very confident if I had to like make my bet like this dude is going to randomly be in a playoff game 3 years from now is Elijah Martin.
Yeah, that's a
Like,
good.
he's an
That's a real
undrafted
good.
guy who like doesn't really it doesn't make sense for him to be drafted, but I'm like, yeah, he's got athleticism and the size to hold up to where I could see him getting a shot.
Yeah, that's a good shot. All right, I'm trying to go to like the bottom of the bottom here and see if I can. You know who else is a good shot? Honestly, I feel like all these guys are going to be in the Elijah Martin kind of role.
Uh-huh.
Miles Kelly.
I love the Miles Kelly shout. Let's put him on the list.
Honestly, this category is made for me. Put Peyton Sanford on that list,
Hey, can I go like similar archetype who I think is a better shot than Peyton Sanford to get there?
please.
Bryce Williams.
Ooh, I like Bryce Williams on that list. That's a good shout. Does Grant Nelson belong on this list?
I think Grant Nelson belongs on this list. That
Okay,
might
so
be our starting five.
as our starting five, we can get to 10 on this one. Um, honestly, this is a fun. Hunter Salas is definitely going to.
I like the Hunter Salas one for sure.
Is
What about,
Sion James too good?
yeah, I think Sion's too good just because he was on draft boards last year.
That's true. Okay,
What about Brooks Barnheiser?
I can see that. Yeah, I can see Brooks on there. Honestly, you could put both Florida guys on there, like Will Richard. Will Richard might
Will
be fine.
Rich, yeah,
Yeah, Will
yeah,
Richard.
I get
Sorry.
there. That's a yeah. I mean that probably a safe bet for the national title team to get some guys. I'm trying like what's the grossest one we can get to?
The grossest of the gross.
Like
Andrew Carr.
oh gosh.
That's
Game's gone if it comes down to that.
yeah. Or this isn't gross because I actually think he's good, but Buddy from Penn State, the center, the 7 foot like
Oh,
athlete guy.
Yannick, I think Yannick will be in the league.
Yeah,
Well, I think Yannick isn't good enough to where he could qualify for sure.
yeah. I'm trying. Honestly, I feel like I'm not sure how many spots we have left. How many spots? How many players have we named?
All right, we have Elijah Martin, Miles Kelly, two locks. Peyton Sanford, Bryce Williams, that gets us to four. Grant Nelson at the five. That okay, Elijah Martin, Miles Kelly, Peyton Sanford, Bryce Williams, Grant Nelson, I'm convinced could get to like a Sweet 16. Maybe further. That's I don't care if there's no point guard. Like we might have Elijah Martin running point, but I would be in on that.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm trying to think of like random point guards that'll find their way, like a Chucky Hepburn. Like honestly, Ryan Nebhard because he's Ryan Nebhard.
yeah, yeah. Ryan, I think Ryan Nimhard or Chucky. Ryan Nimhard to me is too small. Like Chucky at least has a little bit of size, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. Actually, I found it. I found the player that would piss us off the most.
Let me hear it.
You're gonna hate this, but this is who it truly is. It's Caleb Grill.
Caleb Grill could be him getting Pat Spencer minutes
Yes, and
years
it
from
would be
now,
oh
one.
it'd be such a maddening moment, truly.
All right, I think we are at 10 names.
All right, that just made
Um,
me so mad.
so I mentioned the starting five of Elijah Martin, Miles Kelly, Peyton Saber, Bryce Williams, Grant Nelson. Then we have Hunter Salas, Will Richard, Brooks Barnheiser, Caleb Grill, and Yannick Niederhauser.
I honestly would place a bet. That's 10 guys.
Uh-huh.
I set the over under at 5.5 guys play playoff minutes. Give
I've
me the
probably taken the under. I feel confident about Elijah. I feel most confident about Elijah Martin, Miles Kelly, and Grant Nelson. Those are threes where I'm like, yeah, they're like,
with with the playing game around, anything's possible with
that's a
this.
good point. Caleb Grill, Caleb Grill. I could see him coming off the bench for the Grizzlies and the as a the 8 seed in a playing game and hitting
Oh,
like
he's so,
7 threes or
yeah,
something.
Ja's hurt, Jaren's in foul trouble. It's Caleb Grill and Cam Spencer time, and they win too, by the way. Just so you know. That was a fun exercise. I like that one. Topic number three, Riley, bring us home.
All right, this last one, the last lineup we will build. Cart, what else could it be other than our guys? Cart and Riz, Twinskies, our guys who we just gravitate to. It's some say it's a bit, it's not. It's more than a bit. It's brother.
Oh,
Brother.
wow, you dropping a brotherhood is crazy.
I caught myself. I don't. It's a brotherhood. Um, you know what? It's a brotherhood. I'm not ceding that to Duke. It's a brotherhood.
Come on now.
So, Cart, who are our five favorite players? And you know we're probably gonna have a couple audible mentions on this one too. But
Yeah. Okay, so these are our five favorite players for the upcoming season.
yeah, for the upcoming season, I honestly think like the 3 through 5. I feel very confident that we're gonna be in lockstep here.
All right, let me get those though.
All right, Carter Bryant at the 3,
That's
assuming he comes back.
oh, what, okay, but what if he's not coming back though? I don't think. No way, right?
I think he comes back.
Really?
Maybe, I don't know. Well, he can tentatively be penciled in at the 3. We'll have here's what we do. We have him as our starting 3 right now. We're working on like cobbling together an NIL package to keep him on the roster.
Hmm.
But if he goes pro, because if he's a lottery pick, we got to support our guy in his the next step of his journey. So we got to have a backup plan at the 3.
Okay.
Um, at the 4, Chris Sinak, and at the 5, Mustafa Thiam.
Yeah, that is such a our guys front court, and I don't know if it works. I do not care.
I love like there was this people for real. I know that we do the whole bit Twinskies thing, but I just feel like there was like a almost a telepathic moment where one of us said the name Chris Sinak, and it was immediately the one that's like, dude, he's so tough. Like he is going to be an absolute stud. I don't know what like just a 6'10" dude with a burner going to play for Kelvin Sampson. I'm very in on what like Sinak is a lottery pick, probably top 10 guy next year.
Yeah, I love that. All right, who else do we have as our guy?
Jalil Bethea.
That he might be captain of our team. He might be captain of our team. Why does this feel wrong if we don't have a Texas player?
I know. I was like, as I was thinking about this, I'm like, Dalen Swain's just not doing it for me. Maybe like Tremont Mark, we can. Tremont Mark is like he's coming in. We told him he's got like 15 minutes guaranteed to him, but he's got to earn beyond that.
I just hate. I don't want. I mean, is Blake Harper too good to be our guy?
I think Blake Harper he can be he's our backup 3. Like if Bryant's goes on to the
All
NBA.
right, Blake Harper would be our backup three. All right, I like. It just feels wrong not having a Texas guy.
I know. I'm looking. I'm like, let me pull up their roster and make sure I didn't forget anybody. But I'm like, Dalen Swain, I'm just not there with it.
No, I'm not a Kendall Weaver guy.
Oh, not a Caden shit. Not a Caden. Caden Shedrick's not even there anymore. My
Could
fault.
we be a year two Jordan Pope guys?
We could definitely be year 2 Jordan
I'll
Pope.
be a year two Jordan
I
Pope.
think
We
I'm a
gotta
year.
have somebody.
All right. Yeah. 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 So we got Jordan Pope at the 1. We have Jaleel Bethea, the captain, at the 2. Carter Bryant at the 3 with Blake Harper ready to step in if Bryant goes to the league. Sanak at the 4, Thiam at the 5.
Who's our coach?
That's a good question. I'm like, if we I feel like if whenever Izzo retires, whenever Hubert gets fired, we probably both have our preferences, but they're probably too good to be like our guy. Is there a random coach that you believe in that no one else does? I don't know if we've ever talked about this.
I don't know if we ever talked about this either, but I feel like I do have them, but like for some reason maybe it's because I've just been so immersed in like what's going on with transfers and stuff like that. I haven't thought about like do we have a coach that's our guy?
Are you a Muss guy?
I am a must guy.
I would be down to make Muss our coach.
I like that. Let's make Muss our coach.
So, all right. So for the graphic, Coach Musselman, reminder, year two Jordan Pope at the one, the captain Jaleel Bethea, Carter Bryant slash Blake Harper, Chris Sinak, Mustafa Thiam. You got any honorable mentions? I might have forgot a big honorable mention, but he might be too good to be our guy now.
Who's our honorable mention?
Thomas Houck.
Yeah, he's too good.
Okay.
But
Okay.
he is an original our guy
He
though.
is. He is.
He's an original our guy, but he's definitely up there. I'm trying to think if there I mean, couple that I'll always just be in on is Christian Anderson is one.
Mm.
I could pick a couple Texas Tech players. Like I really like Lawan Watts.
Uh-huh.
I think he could be really good if Darion Williams doesn't come back.
I love
Uh,
Derek too, though.
We're big Wooly guys.
Yep. Yep. I had one. Are you a Nolan Winter guy at all?
So I can't be because I'm too frustrated that Nolan Winter's at Wisconsin. Like I want a Nolan Winter. Also, um, I used to be a Nolan Winter guy until I figured out that when Nolan Winter plays someone who is shaped like Nolan Winter, he's not good. But if he plays small people, he can be good.
That's see my I have enjoyed obviously I'm not as locked into the Big Ten as you are, but when I went through that phase where I was like Wisconsin might be my Wisconsin Badgers just when they were playing like a really fun brand of basketball this past season. It's like, dang, this dude's kind of a sniper for like as much as a 6'10 guy can be, and he's just a dog on the glass. Like I love that combination, but I might have to watch a little more closely to see if he folds against better
Yeah.
comp this year,
Try
better.
not to pick any freshmen on this, but a lot of freshmen that could have been our guys too. Like underrated. I love Dwayne Aristote. That's one Arizona. I love Arizona's freshman class in general. Tunde is obviously very good. I do want to throw one little, little wrench into this exercise. I'm going to force us to pick one player from the Brotherhood. And I know he would, and you don't have to say it, but I know for a fact if this guy played for any other team, he would be our guy. It's I don't want to butcher his last name, but it's Nicholas Kamenea.
It's actually I've learned this week the K is silent. It's Nick
Oh,
Hameen.
oh, even more so, he would be our guy then. He's got a
I
silent K in his name.
Dude, when Carolina was recruiting Nick Hamenia, I was convinced he was like a hybrid of Brady Manick and Harrison Ingram, who are like my two favorite Tar Heels of the past 5 years. Like I do like Nick Hamenia a lot. I'm really sad he's going to play for Duke. I feel like I had one more with the freshman class. I like need to deep dive more of like the non top 25, top 30 kids.
They're
I
all
mean,
fun.
I love Koa Pete when you're talking about Arizona's class. I think that kid's motor is insane and he's super skilled. He and Sinak are probably like the two freshmen who I'm just like rooting for.
Mhm.
The most outside of like Caleb Wilson, of course. I kind of want to carve out a bench spot for Julius Halafanoa, the second mention he's gotten on this pod.
He's carved.
All right, cool. I'm glad we got Halafanoa coming off the bench. Do we want to try to come up with a team for Greg? I was trying to like who were Greg's guys?
Oh man, all right, let's do five for Greg in honor of him. Who's Greg's five guys would be? Um, let's try to stay away from freshmen because I know Cam Boozer would be on this team.
Cam can be in the hopper, like if we can't think of anyone else.
Rob Wright would be his point guard.
Yeah, I think he is a big Rob Wright guy. Also, I'm looking at depth charts right now. I apologize to Tate and Connerway. Right now, he's the projected starting point guard at Indiana. I
Is
called
he?
him a 15-minute per game player. I'm sorry, Tayton.
Oh, I didn't know. I didn't know that he was a 15-minute a game guy.
I thought he was going to be a bench guy, but it looks like he's probably starting as this
Damn.
is. So, I mean, anyway, let me see. Who else are Greg's guys? I mean, Yaxel. Oh, LJ Kaysen. LJ
Oh
Kaysen's.
yes. Oh, so the backcourt. I got it. Backcourt's LJ Case and Nick Boyd.
Yes, Nick Boyd's got to be on there.
LJ Case and Nick Boyd. Um,
Nick
And then
Martinelli. I feel like you got to have a Northwestern guy on there for him.
honestly, Seth Trimble might be on his team.
He has always liked Seth, but he said too many mean things about UNC. I don't think Seth is
So we
Seth's
can't put him on there.
yeah, Seth's not playing for him.
Okay, respect. That's not playing. He's refusing. Honestly, put Braden Smith at the three. Who cares?
Yeah, Braden Smith at the three.
Braden Smith's on the floor. He's on the
So
floor.
who is our backcourt? Nick Boyd, LJ
Yeah, we're
Casey.
going super small. We're going Nick Boyd. We're going LJ Kaysen. We're going Braden Smith. We're also going Emmanuel Sharp at the four.
And Nick Martinelli at the five.
And Nick Martinelli at the five.
I think our team annihilates Greg's team. We also have a bench, and he does not.
Yeah, exactly. But that's the way it goes because it's a Twinski episode, and that's how we rocking. One big thing presented by Underdog, presented by YouTube Compliancy, and presented by Riz himself. Riley, the floor is yours.
The car, in the spirit of Greg, I have a choose your own adventure. One big thing today. I'll
Oh,
give you. I'll give you the three categories.
let's hear it.
You can get a rant, you can get a music recommendation, or you can get a life lesson.
Ooh, that's tough choices. Let me get a life lesson.
Time stewardship. Time stewardship. Handling your business, treating time as a gift that it is, making sure your priorities are in order. For me, I don't, of course, I want to be right with God, make sure I'm prioritizing time with my wife, with my son, and letting everything fall under like kind of that top tier, so to speak. Trying to maximize it, not waste it, be aware of like distractions that pop up, or if I'm taking a break, so to speak, not letting that spiral into just aimlessly scrolling or whatever. So time management, time stewardship.
That's good. I like that. I like that a lot. My one big thing today, I'm gonna keep it simple. This kind of came to me because uh like a day or two ago, it was the anniversary of the release of Views by Drake. And I want to know, like, people can hate Drake. Like, I understand it. Like, Drake cannot be your cup of tea. That's fine. But what I won't accept is denying this man's discography. It's absolutely insane. Like, take care. Nothing was the same. Dark Lane demo tapes, Scorpion. If you're reading this, it's too late. The list goes on and on. The man's discography and longevity is absolutely out of this world. And I need it to be recognized. And just shout out the views in general, like Western Road flows, absolutely elite. Nine views itself, like everything. There are some really, really good tunes on there.
I,
And oh, go ahead.
I saw Weston Road Flows on your Instagram story. Elite, like top three track for me.
Like, don't get hyped for the moment and start to backpedal. Are you
Hi,
calling
hi,
me?
Greg. We are. We're doing one big thing right now. No, I rock with LeBron. I don't really have a team. I'm sorry. All right, man. I'll talk to you
What's happening right now?
later. Greg called me twice and wanted to catch me mid-recording.
Kid is absolutely something else. And also, I want to throw this out there. A lot of timestamp discussions on Drake songs. Obviously, you have like 5 a.m. in Toronto, 4 p.m. in Calabasas. I want respect put on 6 p.m. in New York. Special, special, special tune. Riley, thank you for a great Riley Friday episode. Thank you for the great word and everything you do for Sleepers Media. We will catch y'all next week. Enjoy your weekend. Make sure you get outside. I'm not sure where everyone's listening to this at, but it's getting nice outside. I'll be cleaning my Blackstone tomorrow afternoon in hopes of grilling this weekend. It's going to be a good one. We will catch y'all next time.